Hi there, this is Tata, and welcome to the Wrestling Time Post Show. It is Monday, January 22nd, 2024, and tonight I'll be talking about Monday Night Raw. Alright, let's kick things off talking about the Seth frickin' Rollins promo. So, obviously, as we learned last week, he got injured during his match with Jinder Mahal. And he had suffered a torn MCL, torn meniscus, and he injured his MCL. So he comes out and, he says he felt his knee go in, but he finished the match with Jinder. And he might be out for a long time, he says. And he thought he might miss WrestleMania. Because Seth Rollins revealed that he has a grade 2 tear, MCL tear. And he doesn't really know what the future holds. And, he got really watery and emotional. And, on top of that, he walked to the ring with, a leg brace and stuff. So I was like, oh, snap. Damn. I'm surprised he was able to walk out there. So Gunther comes out alongside Imperium. And Seth Rollins is basically telling him that he's gonna make an example out of him to just go ahead and do so because he doesn't got time for them. Now I kind of thought that maybe Gunther was going to beat up Seth freaking Rollins here. And I think a lot of people thought that Damian Priest was gonna cash in, especially because Seth Rollins was gonna open. And we kind of thought, oh, okay, maybe this is how it's happened. Maybe Gunther beats him up and then Damian Priest comes out. That did not happen. That did not go that way. Instead, Gunther tells Seth Rollins that he should be concentrating on him and that they've been avoiding each other. And he wants to let Seth Rollins know what he truly thinks of him. And that's true. Gunther and Seth Rollins have avoided each other this entire time. I think this is the first time they've ever been in the ring together. Gunther is relinquishing the IC title? Maybe. I don't know. I didn't get that from this impression. He says that right from the beginning, Rollins is on the top spot, and he's been labeled a workhorse champion, a champion everybody can be proud of, just like himself. And yeah, Gunther is also a workhorse champion. He's the longest-reigning intercontinental champion. And it pulls at his heartstrings that Rollins may not make it to WrestleMania, and that makes him sad. Now, Rollins says that before Gunther interrupted him, he was going to say he doesn't give a damn what the doctors say. He will keep his promise and take that title to WrestleMania, and he will do everything in his power to walk out as champion. Gunther will be the next world heavyweight champion. They will make him the longest reigning champ. Ooh, it's interesting. I think so. If Gunther wins, it will be WrestleMania 6 at WrestleMania 40. Oh, yeah, definitely. So, Gunther also wants to face Seth Rollins. That's what he got from this. That's what we got from this. Gunther says he admires and respects Seth Rollins, and that from one great champion to another, Seth Rollins reminds him of himself. Now he botches, and he says when he wins Rumble on Sunday, he will pick Seth Rollins as his opponent, and he will target his knee and back and everything that's not 100%. Now Seth Rollins tells him that he appreciates the honesty here. And he reminds Gunther that who is he going after? And Gunther fires back and says to remember who's going after him. And then, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston attack Imperium here. So I think this was a really interesting opening segment. And Raw started off really strong with this segment. They really did. Now, like I said earlier, a lot of people kind of thought that Seth Rollins was going to, not leave here as champion. See, even Gunther botches, so you're not alone. A couple of times. I botched a couple of times, so it's okay. I wonder, was anybody disappointed that we did not get a cash-in? I was a little surprised that we didn't get a cash-in. I'm not saying that I'm disappointed. I was just surprised. So that kind of tells me that maybe Seth Rollins' injury may not be as bad because like he was able to walk out there, number one. Number two, I think that if they didn't think he was going to make WrestleMania, they definitely would have taken the title off of him. You know? But, I mean, Roman Reigns doesn't defend his title often, so why can't Seth Rollins not defend? He's obviously not defending at Royal Rumble. Elimination Chamber probably won't be a defense either. So we'll see. Or maybe WWE's just waiting out their options. Maybe they're gonna wait till Elimination Chamber and see if Seth Rollins can work WrestleMania. But honestly, I would feel just like Gunter. I would feel really bad for Seth Rollins as he's had this incredible year, and the WrestleMania main event would be just taken from him just because of his knee, which is ironic because they've also been plugging his back, and the thing that takes him out is not his back, it's his knee. So I would feel really bad for Seth Rollins if that happens. I'm waiting to call him one time. So let's talk about this CM Punk Cody Rhodes segment here, because this was probably one of the most anticipated segments on tonight's Raw. Seriously, I was waiting for it. I think everybody was waiting for it, and like the crowd was split. Like they were chanting for Cody, they were chanting for Punk. Both of them shook hands. Let me see. I like your idea. Book Rollins for a match at Chamber and see if they want to use it. No, I didn't say that. I said maybe they're waiting till Chamber to see if Rollins would make WrestleMania. I did not say Rollins should have a match at Chamber. I don't think he should. And then like Punk suggested they take a minute to kind of like soak in this moment. Now I have to say, I felt like this segment started off kind of weak and it picked up towards the end. Like there was so much hype surrounding this moment and it did deliver, but it's just not all the way. Like I felt like this started off really weak because like I kind of thought in a way that they were gonna work shoot here, but they didn't. Like basically Punk is just talking about how like back in 2007 Dusty Rhodes told him that his son was going to start his training and to basically keep an eye on him. You thought it was fantastic. Okay. And Punk basically said that he brought the story up because he feels that on Saturday he's breaking a promise. And he will do everything he has to do to win the Rumble and main event WrestleMania. And Cody basically tells CM Punk that he's not alone and saying that he reminds him of Dusty. Like everybody, he makes note of everybody that's worked with him, tells him that they see Dusty in him. Now, one of the things I really like is that CM Punk calls himself the American Dream because his dad was not famous. He didn't have a famous dad. He was a blue collar guy, and he says he's more of an American dream than Cody. And so, Cody does his usual shtick about what do you want to talk about. So, Cody mentions the pipe bomb. And he kind of talks about how when CM Punk left, he dropped the torch. And everything Punk spoke about, Cody Rhodes did. And Cody Rhodes made a point to say that maybe he's more CM Punk than CM Punk himself. And like CM Punk takes off his sweater and he says that he's got to go through CM Punk basically. And then like as Cody Rhodes is leaving, CM Punk pulls him and they just have this face to face. And it's just like, you're staring at each other and you can feel the intensity between them. Like honestly, when that match, and that's a match that should happened, it's going to be amazing. Like, but I did enjoy the segment overall. I just felt like I said, it kind of started off slow a little bit. Like I wanted more, I guess. You could have had so much more meat in this promo than what they gave us, honestly. But I get it. Maybe if they feud, and there should be a feud between them somewhere down the road, maybe we'll get more of that, promos with meat. But obviously, I honestly think CM Punk is going to win the Royal Rumble. I mean, he didn't come back to not win. It's 10 years to the day after he left. There's no way he's not winning. You think it was the Sean Spears Perfect 10 segment? Okay. So, but what did you guys think of this segment? Did you guys enjoy the segment? What did you guys think of the Seth Rollins segment? Let me know in the comment section or in the live chat. So, like I said, the opening segment is kind of always used to set up the match. So they set up the New Day versus the Imperium. Now this match doesn't even have a finish because like a brawl breaks out between them, and like they take it to the crowd, and Kofi sends Imperium to the equipment cases onto the floor. And it was epic. You know, I've been really enjoying the whole New Day versus Imperium rivalry. Now there's 3 members of Imperium and 2 of the New Day. So I wonder if this is going to lead to Big E coming back to the WWE, because we haven't seen Big E since, unfortunately, Ridge Holland broke his neck. It's been, 2 years, I think? So I wonder if that means Big E is slowly coming back, because I could definitely see them doing 3 versus 3 here. You know, later on in the night, we do get a New Day segment where Jey Uso approaches them, and, like, they get interviewed. And basically, Kofi Kingston says that Jey Uso isn't the only one planning to get gold, and he officially challenges Gunther for the IC title. I hope Big E is cleared and we get the New Day versus Imperium. Yeah, same here. So Kofi Kingston versus Gunther should be interesting. It definitely is, and it adds to their rivalry. Now, like I said, if Big E is cleared, that match is obviously going to lead into that 3, because I honestly don't think Kofi Kingston is winning, but I could see a moment where maybe after the match, if not after that, maybe the following week, where the Imperium, all 3 members of Imperium are beating down the New Day, and then maybe Big E comes back. I could definitely see Big E probably coming back at the Royal Rumble first, and then for that segment. That's how you guys would book it if Big E were coming back. But then again, you know, Gunther doesn't seem too focused on the New Day. It seems more like Vinci and Kaiser are more focused on the New Day than Gunther himself. So we have to wait and see. But I definitely will like for Big E to come back if that's what this is leading to. So you get a Judgment Day segment backstage. And Rhea says that Judgment Day would defend against Drew McIntyre, and like Damian Priest accuses her of having a big head ever since she's been on the cover. Ever since it was announced she was on the cover of 2K24. So she, Bianca Belair are on the deluxe edition, and Cody Rhodes is on the regular edition of 2K24. So congrats to all 3 of them. They all deserve it. I would love to see Big E as a surprise in the Rumble than Hulk Hogan. Oh yeah, Hulk Hogan kind of alluded that maybe he had one more in him, because, you know, as they were doing the statistics and stuff. So, you know, if there was any doubt that Rhea Ripley was the leader of Judgment Day, like this totally like solidified if she is the Judgment Day leader. I mean, I don't know why they said that she wasn't. She was like basically telling everybody what to do. She told Finn Balor that he needs to be at ringside for Dominik's match, and like Damian Priest said that he was gonna go clear his head, and like he got mad because she made a match with DIY for those titles. So yeah, she's definitely the leader. What do you think of Cody, Rhea, and Bianca being on the cover? I knew Cody was going to be on the cover for a year. I think it's great that all 3 of them were on the covers. Before they announced the deluxe edition, I'm like, wait, so all the other are just going to be on one cover, kind of like Becky and Roman was in 2020. But then they showed the deluxe cover, and they showed the regular edition. Really happy for all 3 of them. I think that all 3 of them are very well deserved to be on the cover. And I'm glad that they did it the way that they did. They gave Rhea and Bianca the deluxe edition cover, and Cody Rhodes the regular cover. I think it would have been too much to try to squeeze all 3 of them on there in one cover. So really happy for them. I think they deserved it. Sid Vicious already said on Twitter that if he wasn't remember, he was coming to get his payback on him for 1992. Oh yeah, I remember. I saw the 1992 Royal Rumble. Me and the fellow WrestleManiacs did a review on the 1992 Royal Rumble. If you want to check it out, check out A Plus Hero Report. And we did the 1992 Royal Rumble. we get a quick backstage interview with Ivy Nile, and basically Maxine says that Valhalla is not ready for Nile. Now we get Ivy Nile versus Valhalla, and I have to say I wasn't the biggest fan of this match, and it's not their fault. It really wasn't. I don't ever blame them for this, but I just feel like to follow up the New Day and Imperium was probably a hard task because that was like really great. This is okay. Ivy Nile won. The show went downhill. This is when the show went downhill. Yeah. So it was an okay match. It wasn't too bad. I mean, it could have been worse. So it wasn't too bad. Then we get a Nia Jax promo. And she's basically talking about how she squashed Becky and Rhea the first time she came face to face with Rhea and Becky. And then, Becky interrupts and says that the whole locker room dislikes Nia Jax. Bayley comes out and says that Becky and I are going to lose. Becky says she doesn't know what would make her more happy, winning the Rumble 2 times now or seeing Nia lose. Basically, the whole point of this is Nia Jax, a whole brawl breaks out between the 3 women, and Nia Jax ends up doing a leg drop to Bayley. So I honestly feel bad for Bayley. I mean, again, it's like she's like the weakest member of Damage Control, and I hate the fact that like even last year when Damage Control emerged to the scene, it's like they were always losing, and like Bayley they failed to win the championship while Damage Control had the tag title. It's just like, what happened? Like, you need to make Damage Control this badass stable. Like, I get that they're telling a story here, but like seriously, same old promo from Nia, only moment remember. Yeah. So I didn't really care for this segment either. Seriously, I didn't. We got The Miz versus Dominik Mysterio. And this match was okay. It wasn't bad. Finn Balor and JD Madonna were at ringside. JD caused a distraction. Finn Balor cheap shot at Miz, and Dominik Mysterio ended up winning here. And like, there's a post-match assault on The Miz, and DIY come out to save The Miz, and JD gets crushed with a skull-crushing finale. We get a Damian Priest interview, and he's basically like congratulates Dominik for handling business. R-Truth kind of, he interrupts and gives Damian Priest a cut of his cash. And he says that out of jealousy, Drew McIntyre doesn't want him to cash in, and McIntyre will receive his punishment. So, that's obviously supposed to, continue to build their match tonight on Raw. And we get Chad Gable versus Ivar, which was a really good match. Like, I mean, freaking Ivar can, like, move for a guy his size. I've said it before, and I'll keep saying it. Like, Ivar can go. My God. He was really impressive. So happy Ivar won this match. But I do feel bad for Chad Gable and the rest of Alpha Academy. But I'm really happy to see that they're using Ivar, especially with Eric being injured, and that he's been putting on one hell of a performance after performance after performance. We get a Bronson Reed like via net, and he's basically saying that his paths with Jay will eventually cross. He is challenging Jey Uso to a match next week. We get Candice LeRae and Indi Hartwell versus Shayna Baszler and Zoey Stark. And it was an okay match. Shayna Baszler and Zoey Stark won. And then Katana Chance and Kaden Carter confronted Shayna Baszler and Zoey Stark. Damage Control did attack from behind because, Katana Chance and Kaden Carter have a match with also the Kabuki Warriors this Friday. That superplex that Gable did to Ivar was impressive. It certainly was. We go, and then backstage, Bayley says that once the Kabuki Warriors win the tag titles, Adam Pearce will be seeing more of them. And then Jinder interrupts Adam Pearce. They obviously want to talk. And the main event is Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. That was a good main event. I really liked it. Now, they had R-Truth go out there, try to give Damian Priest his cut. He couldn't open the briefcase to put the money in there. And so he kind of inadvertently caused Damian Priest this match. That women's tag match was boring. I was watching. Oh, really? Okay. And, this allows Drew McIntyre to pick up the win after he hits a Claymore to Damian Priest. Was the password R-Truth? Yes. So, the thing I'm a little confused about here is, like, on one hand, you have R-Truth, and he's, it seems like Judgment Day likes him, and now he goes and does this. I feel like they got to be consistent. Like, if they're going to try to turn him to the Sami Zayn of Judgment Day's bloodline, they should have really, like, kind of gone all in with it. Like, they should have had him, become, or at least think that he's a member of Judgment Day, and, and then eventually, like, kick him out. But, like, right here, it kind of seems like Priest is going to get mad at Truth. Maybe we'll get a match here. Like, Truth is not understanding he's not a part of Judgment Day. So, who knows how long this pairing is going to last. If booked correctly, probably could have lasted a while. But, every storyline runs its course. So, it seems like they might be cutting this short. Now, it's definitely going to be interesting to see next week if with DIY challenging for those tag titles, I don't think Finn Balor and Damian Priest are losing just yet. I think they'll definitely make it to WrestleMania as tag team champions. But everything will depend on what direction they go to. 3 out of 10 off a show. All I was saying during the show, it is a Wednesday, and Human Dynamite card is looking meh. So, tonight's show started off really strong with the Seth Rollins and Gunther segment and the New Day versus Imperium. After that, the show just, I don't know what happened. It just, like, went downhill. And it picked up again with Chad Gable versus Ivar and the whole CM Punk Cody Rhodes segment. And I just kind of went back and forth. So there were stuff I liked, there were stuff I disliked. So for that, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 6 out of 10. It wasn't a bad show, but it also wasn't a great show. And, I totally forgot. Tonight's Raw was the go-home show to the Royal Rumble. They're supposed to sell you the pay-per-view with this. And I feel like they didn't really do me a good job in selling the whole show. They did a good job selling me some aspects of the show. Like, I said I liked some parts of it, and I didn't. I'm trying to be generous here. But really, it should be a 5 out of 10 because, like, this is the go-home show. I totally forgot that this Raw was a go-home show to Royal Rumble. Like, the whole purpose, and I've always said this, the whole purpose of the go-home show is to sell you that pay-per-view. If they don't do a good job selling you that pay-per-view, why are you going to tune in? I am excited for the men's because there's so many different directions they can go. I think with the women's, it's kind of obvious that Bayley might win, especially if they're doing that whole storyline with Damage Control. So that's that. But overall, not a bad show. It could have been way worse. I forgot it was a go-home show. We all forget it was a go-home show. He did a terrible job at making you know this was a go-home show. SmackDown is the go-home show too. Totally forgot. Okay. But with that being said, thank you guys all so much for watching and for the continuous support. It means the world that you guys continue to watch my stuff. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm on the road to 1,000. Please help me get there. Also, to us for tomorrow, I guess I'll be reviewing NXT again alongside JJ since we've got that whole deal coming up, going on. And then Wednesday will be Dynamite. And Thursday, if you guys already know, I will be covering TNA Impact over on Body Slam. So make sure you tune in for that. But with that being said, thank you guys all so much for watching and for the continued support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you get notified whenever I go live. And I'll see you guys tomorrow after NXT, the West Coast edition, not East. So, bye.